ultimate podcast. Is it? He's gonna.
We're
do it.
ridiculous.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. He's gonna end up.
Define ridiculous.
I can spell it.
No, you can't.
What?
You can't spell it.
You don't need the whole that.
No, really. Hey, you got. That's how that goes.
Yeah.
Now we're up to like the 80s.
Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Right?
Hey, it's more fun to record than it is to have you.
Thank you. Well, what's up? I'm Joe Vargas.
I'm Maggie.
Duarte.
Oh.
That was the English, huh? Duarte.
Yeah, but I started Maggie, so it's not like Maggie.
Maggie, there was
Damn.
42,000 people in Mexico City working out with Suleiman, Chavez, Pitbull Cruz, Roberto Duran, and the president of Mexico.
When was this?
42,000 this last weekend.
Oh, shit.
And they broke it up in el Zócalo.
Mm-hmm.
No, en la Plaza de los Pinos.
Mm-hmm. En la Ciudad de México, ¿no?
Ciudad de Mexico. Green shirts, white shirts, red shirts.
Oh, that's rad.
Fucking look beautiful. I'm going to send Adam the video so you guys can see what it looked like. But I'm going to show Maggie really quick
Yeah,
as I'm still speaking.
As we
I'm going to turn my volume all the way down. Oh, even Oscar de la Hoya was there.
What? He
Yeah.
ain't Mexican.
I know. What's he trying to be there for? But I think it's a beautiful thing.
Tickety-top.
42,000 people working out. That's why boxing is so big. And these are regular,
Wow, man. That's a lot
women
of
and
people.
children, everybody there. And, Mexico has a big foundation in boxing. Obviously, didn't start with us, but the WBC is based out of Mexico, and the Cleto Reyes gloves, which everybody knows.
That's really
I'm
cool.
going to send Adam this video.
Yeah. That's
And,
a lot of people.
Yeah. So it was, it just, the reason I'm sharing this is because it makes me realize how boxing is embedded in the culture in Mexico. There's a joke in Mexico that in everybody's family there's a boxer who sparred or trained. Every family member has that one tío, that one cousin who's actually sparred before or boxed somebody or went to the gym. Everybody, it's just a way of life in Mexico. It's like playing soccer.
Yeah. Oh, I remember like growing up, fuck around and buy some gloves. All the cousins are putting them on and getting down with each other. I remember that.
I remember buying a pair of gloves when I go to Tijuana. And I would give the kid one glove and I use the other one and we just go heads up with one hand. That's how it was
pretty
sparred.
gangster.
Yeah. That's how it was
That's
sparred.
next level.
That's next level, dog. You go with one hand. And then after a round you switch gloves and use the other hand.
Yeah.
Then we got another pair and then we could do it.
That's pretty cool.
I want to talk about a bunch of things. Today, it's all me, dog. I'm kind of walking Maggie through the podcast.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm blind right now.
Lately, a gym shut down in San Diego that had about 3 or 4 gyms.
Mm-hmm.
And these people are going to different gyms.
Mm-hmm.
Different gyms have different models. Obviously, but what's the difference between a fitness boxing gym and a real boxing gym?
Is that a question for me?
Yeah, what do you think is the difference? Do you attract different members? I mean, different.
Yes. I can speak from experience because before I got to the arena, I'd been to different gyms around San Diego, whether it be UFC, city boxing, and all that. And when, at least for me, being from here, from San Diego, that the arena was like when you want to step your game up. So I was a little bit intimidated to go there from the get-go. Oh, you had Undisputed too, and there's a bunch of gyms here. But yeah, when you get to the arena, it's like you kind of know it's like, oh, shit, okay. So right away when I took a class, I had taken class at other gyms before. When I took a class there, I was like, this is way more technical. It's like, it's actually like pretty advanced, you know what I mean? So I think that the arena differs in that sense is that you're learning shit that you can fucking use in sparring, and as opposed to in other classes, it's pretty much like cardio. It's like combo after combo after combo after combo, and then you switch to the next round with the other person and combo after combo. And before you even start the class, you jump rope and you do jumping jacks and you do this and you fucking shit like that. You know what I mean?
The reason I bring it up is because lately we've had a lot of people showing up from that gym, and some of them been telling me that I ask them, how long you been in the gym for? Oh, 3-4 years or whatever. And I'm like, dude, you don't even know how to walk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, when the person was telling me, oh, yeah, I paid up like 8 months and I'm not getting my money because I go, well, you need to go get that money back and a refund for the last 3 years because
that's a bad model right there.
so you didn't learn shit for 3 years you were there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And they owe you money for 8 months. And that made me think, like, at our gym, not everybody's going to fight.
Right.
But it's as close as it's going to get to being, because you're going to be sparring. You're going to be doing combate.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a technical sparring. You're going to have actual live sparring on Friday. When I came to the arena, they was already known as the MMA gym.
Mm-hmm.
When I got there, they didn't have a boxing team. They just had like boxing classes.
Mm-hmm.
When I came in,
so there was no amateur program. There was no
nothing.
pros.
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
They had a coach or two that would go to shows once in a while, but when I seen them, it was a bunch of guys who were like 30 wanting to fight, and so I didn't even take them serious. So
right
when the arena approached me about going over there, I was like, nah, dog, I'm good, man.
Mm-hmm.
And then our gym, I can see it that I was at, Undisputed, was about to go under.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, dude, do I jump off this boat? Or do I...
Titanic.
Yeah, do I jump off the Titanic? And do I... And then right before I decided to go, Barrett Yoshida, my boy, he left over there to the arena.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, damn. And I asked Barrett, how's the gym over there? He's like, it's good. He don't say much. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going. Came
he
there.
Really doesn't.
Changed the whole mindset of the arena when we got there. I started like bringing in a bunch of fighters, different culture, and the rest is history. We got blessed with Coach Bashir to come on board with us, and now we have Maggie, we have Gordo, we have like a nice team of coaches. Then we have Devin, Coach Juanito, all these guys doing their part to help the team, and I'm happy with the gym is. But there's a lot of fitness gyms out there that preach boxing, but it's all fitness.
Yes.
So if you're gonna find a gym that's worth your time and what you want to invest.
Right.
I think every gym should have sparring, and it's regulated sparring.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody observing, watching, because you let regular people go heads up, they're gonna try to kill each other.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Especially
absolutely.
the new guys.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Especially people who hadn't done it before, they want to take each other's fucking heads off. But I know for a fact that gym, they only did bag work. It was only bag work. And then I know that certain gyms from the franchise or not franchise, I think it was, I don't fucking know. But certain ones would spar, but they would only like hit from like just the body, and that's it. So yeah, but I agree.
That's fucked up, huh? You pay all that money to learn how to fight.
You should have that option.
And you're like in a bar downtown or something, and some guy's gonna punch you. You gotta punch me from here down, because I only practice blocking my body. Not
Hit me
here.
in the face. I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Once you throw here, I'm done.
You should have that option though of sparring. I know. I think at City they did. They definitely do now. But when I was there, I think it was like few and far. Only at certain times, like in the afternoon. Like
Maybe just elite
morning.
Well, okay. Yeah. Well, to the matter at heart. I wrote down. So I came up with. I was thinking about the podcast, right? I was thinking, what should we talk about this weekend? I was thinking about the gyms, and that gym was kind of bougie. Is that the right word?
Yes,
Bougie.
that's the perfect word. Chandelier above the ring is bougie. I would say certified.
Yeah, and it was called the club. So I started thinking like celebrities that used to box, and I was like, do they walk into a bougie gym? Or do they walk into a gangster gym?
I think it depends on the celebrity. Like Mario Lopez is gonna walk into the fucking the old school gym.
Yeah,
because I think he does. I think he goes to Tengus, if I'm not mistaken. But I think like if depends on the celebrity. If you're talking about like a Kim Kardashian, she's probably gonna walk into a bougie gym. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but I think. I'm thinking about LA when I think of celebrities, and I think there's probably a plethora of gyms out there. A lot of bougie and a lot of old school gyms too.
So, the shitload of LA, yeah. But they have some real shit out there.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
I started thinking, okay. So I started like researching celebrities. there was about 20 or 30 celebrities that boxed, right?
Yeah.
But I went with the ones that there's only one that I wrote down that I don't know him, but I seen his face in movies.
Yeah.
But so hopefully some of you guys can describe, or Adam will write down what he's done. I will try to find a picture for all these guys. I'm gonna name the guy.
Yeah.
And you name either what song or what movie you can remember of his.
Oh shit.
Or something he did. Okay.
Fuck.
Maggie
I'm
syndrome.
in the hot seat, bro.
Okay. Here's the first one. I hope I wrote it down right because you know how my brain works. Liam Nielsen.
Ooh, the fucking Taken. Right?
He started boxing at 9 years old.
Oh, for real?
He had over 40 amateur fights.
Damn.
So I'm looking at Taken different now. So that's how the fight scenes and shit.
Damn, I'm learning shit today. That's fucking cool. I had no idea. He's Irish, yeah. That makes sense.
Top of the morning to you. Yeah. This guy, I don't know, like I said, who he is. Maybe you do. But I know I seen him in movies.
Okay.
And he was a kickboxer and boxed.
Ooh.
Idris Elba.
Oh, yeah. He was in that movie Obsessed with Beyonce. He's a good actor. I like his movies.
He comes on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did kickboxing and boxing?
Yeah.
That's cool.
At a young age, too.
He's British.
Yeah,
British.
that guy. That's why I don't know him. But here's another one. I don't know if you know who this guy is, so you might have to dig deep. Bob Hope.
Oh, shit. Why do I know his name and I can't fucking remember? Is he older?
He boxed in the 20s, dog.
Oh, hell no. I'm not going to. Is he a comedian?
Exactly.
He is, huh?
He's like a national landmark for
Adam. I got it.
Bob Hope. He was an amateur boxer.
That's cool. I didn't think that.
So some of these guys didn't just show up to the gym and train. They actually, all these guys pretty much fought.
They competed.
Yeah. There's only one guy on this list who didn't fight, but I'll tell you who he is right now. This one, I tripped me out because I just know the name. Mm-hmm. I don't know him, but we've all heard his name.
Let's go.
Ernest Hemingway.
Oh, Ernest Hemingway. He's a fucking writer. He wrote like of Mice and Men.
Exactly.
Right?
He boxed all his youth and as an adult too.
That's cool. You're right. He did. I read a little. He has
Lion King. Now she knows.
Okay, I didn't read the whole thing. There was a little short stories thing that he did, and it was about boxing.
Yeah, you see?
Yeah.
Here's one. I think you know this one. He had 24 amateur fights, okay? Billy Joe.
Billy Joel? The singer.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Fuck. I'm sorry. I can cuss. I don't care. I'm tripping. There's a song he did, and I can't remember the name of it, but I know it. It's in my head right now. I can't even sing it. I can't think of the song.
I know this one since I was a little kid. He boxed because I remember being a little kid in the gym and my coach bringing it up. Tony Danza from Who's the Boss.
Oh yeah, Tony Danza.
He had 11. He had 11 pro fights.
A pro fights, really?
Yeah.
He kind of reminds me of
you can look him
like,
up on BoxRec.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He reminds me of like Boom Boom Mantini or something.
He looked just like him.
Yeah.
Tony Danza, Who's the Boss? He's the boss.
That's fucking rad.
Martin Lawrence.
What? No way, for real.
He's one of those famous guys who won the Golden Gloves. But
Big Mama's House?
Yeah.
Marty
Marr, yeah.
Nah, for real? I would have never guessed that.
You know, when you say the Golden Gloves, we always hear that, oh, my uncle won the Golden Gloves.
We were talking about
I'm
this
not saying it's not true, but you can win the Golden Gloves District, you can win the Golden Gloves Regional, and you can win the Golden Gloves Nationals.
The biggest one, the Nationals, yeah.
But everybody always says, oh, my uncle's a New York Golden Glove. Okay, was he just from Manhattan, Brooklyn? Like,
Oh, okay, I got
so
you.
everybody's a gold. But he fought.
Yeah, that's rad.
That's all that matters. Martin Lawrence.
Comedians fighting. That's pretty cool.
This is one I saw with my own eyes. Throw this away. She just mentioned him earlier. Mario Lopez.
AC Slater.
Yeah, I seen him box against Canelo.
Oh, yeah. You mentioned
I seen him spar.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna post the video. I'm gonna send it to Adam. The video of them. Not the actual sparring.
Oh, I'm about to say you got a video.
No, I got video of them in the ring, but not
Never
sparring.
got to see it.
No, I got it.
Yeah.
And to Canelo's credit, he made AC Slater let him know what it feels like to box.
Yeah.
And I love that about Canelo. He just gave him one of those.
Boop. He's so good at that
those
shit.
Shots that makes you think, should I be doing this?
What he does is that he makes you think that he's not doing shit. He's just kind of like letting you throw. And then you get distracted. And then literally, like, out of nowhere, boom, fuck around. And then you're on the floor.
How do you describe a body shot? Like, once you get hit with it, like, there's like a 1 second delay, maybe 2. Then your body just says, sit down, take a break.
Don't get back up.
It's like a survival.
Yeah. It is. It is a survival. It's
your liver's like a filter, no? Like,
yeah.
You need it.
Yeah.
So when it gets hit, it's like, fuck you.
Yep.
Oh,
it's defending itself. It's like, yeah.
Neurologist described to me that when you get knocked out, it's just your body protecting itself.
Mm-hmm. It's probably, what do you think is better? Not better, but getting knocked out cold or repeatedly taking punches during a fight?
I'd rather take punches repetitively, but that'll have more consequences at the end.
Yeah.
I don't want to get knocked out, but that's the risk I take getting in the ring. But I think I'd rather take the shots and walk home and
then get knocked out cold.
My family take care of me at home when I'm older. Yeah.
Oh shit.
It's a blessing. Like, a lot of fighters could take shots and some can't.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's like a box of chocolates.
I was just about to ask you, what do you think that is? You know, having a chin is an attribute, you know, as a boxer.
You know, Eric Bonilla for fucking crazy. There's a guy from San Diego, Eric Bonilla. He's
could be.
But sometimes he says some shit that, fuck. I've had fighters. I'm training these guys. They hit hard, they're solid. But can they take a shot?
Yeah.
I don't know. Why are you wasting your fucking time? Take a shot or not? Like, why are you going to do all this shit?
I'm trying to picture him saying that.
Does he have heart?
He's so funny, yeah.
Does he have heart? Because he don't have heart, he don't belong in the ring.
Yep.
And I'm like, fuck. Because no matter what you do in boxing, somebody's always going to decipher your weakness.
Yeah. And Bonilla's an old school dude, you know what I'm saying? So, I think, he'll make you think. You're like, damn it.
Yeah, sometimes when he walks in, he's like my conscience, like, oh, get the fuck out of here. Me and him always argue about boxing, how it's evolved.
That motherfucker knows what's up, though.
He knows what's up.
Yeah, he's not dumb.
I'm going to have him here one day.
Yeah, he's
supposed to be at the gym today.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Bonilla's hilarious,
Eric
man.
fucking Bonilla.
Tito, como mi hijo.
Maggie, I was going through some feeds on boxing, and I saw a video, and it's about Shakur Stevenson, and Shakur's talking about everybody that avoids him, and I was like, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Let me support Shakur here. Are people scared of him for his boxing IQ and attributes, and they don't want to fight him? In your opinion, I'm asking you.
Okay.
Or are they? Do they know that it's not worth negotiating the fight? Because there's not, from what I hear, there's not that much money on the table fighting Shakur because his numbers are not that well.
I think it's the latter. I think that it is a high risk and low reward. However, I think that could be changing here with Turkey being involved, but I do think it's the second part that you said, that it's more so like fighting him. It's just you're not getting like you would Tank. Everybody's searching for that Tank fight. Tank, because he brings in the money. He puts asses in seats. He gets the pay-per-view numbers. You know, but now that Shakur's no longer with Top Rank, I think that's probably easier to make those fights, you know? I don't know. I see guys calling him out like, hey, then the fight's supposedly going to happen.
Yeah, but I think I see people calling him out too, but I think when they sit down.
Yeah, negotiate.
That's what's worth the money fight.
What? Hell nah. It's a championship fight. I'm trying to get at least like 1.5 million. I can see that happening.
So,
yeah.
Me as a fighter, I'll be 1,000 times more scared to fight Tank.
Yeah.
Than Shakur.
Yeah.
Because I know if I'm going to lose to Tank, I'm either going to get knocked out, I'm going to get cut.
Yeah.
And I know if I lose to Shakur, I'm going to get outschooled and outboxed.
Yeah.
And I'd rather get outschooled and outboxed than get knocked out.
Yeah.
So I don't think anybody's scared of him. I just don't think that he brings the numbers that people need to fight him. And maybe with Turkey, he'll get these fights. but he's not getting the opportunities.
And some guys, they want to scrap. You know what I mean? You don't even have to go big, super big name. William Cepeda, right? I know that dude likes to scrap. He likes to get into a fight. And Shakur's just not the type of guy who's going to do that.
So I'm playing devil's advocate. I saw, that's why I brought it up, because the video says that Cepeda, they put a offer to Shakur.
Yeah.
They put an offer because they're the champion.
Right. Shakur?
No, Cepeda did, and Shakur turned it down. I don't know if it's right or wrong because you don't know what you're reading anymore on social media.
True. That's true.
That's what I just read. It was a credible source.
Yeah.
But Cepeda wants to fight. I think Cepeda would choose a smaller ring to fight Shakur. But at the end of the day, Shakur, from the source and the story, says that Shakur didn't want it.
Yeah.
I'll try to find the link and post it on there. But Shakur is like, it's sad because he's such a good kid, man, such a good fighter, but he's not getting what he needs and or the fights that he wants. And I'm not hating on him. He fought in his own hometown and people walked out of his own fight. And just because I bring that up, all of a sudden I'm a hater now.
No, I mean, the cameras were panning over to the fucking fans leaving before the fight ended. So, I mean, hey, what are you going to do, But, I will say that he has also kind of dug his own grave here, saying that, like, fuck the fans don't matter, I'm trying to get a win. And it's like,
some of the things he says, his publicist should be helping him.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's entertainment. Who do you think is putting the money in your pocket? People go and see you and pay money for those tickets, So it's like, or pay money for the pay-per-views or whatever, what have you. But it's entertainment at the end of the day. Yes, the sport is a sport. It's an art. But at the end of the day, you're entertaining people. Yeah. That's what you're doing. You want to be on TV. You want to fucking get a platform. You're there to entertain the people, man.
Exactly. Don't say things that are going to hurt you. Mm-hmm. And I don't know when he's scheduled to fight again. I don't even.
Well, a lot of people are saying that he has he may have re-injured his hand in that last fight. So
if you fight somebody like Cepeda,
I'd like to see that fight.
He's definitely gonna injure his hand.
Fuck yeah, those guys, you're not gonna put him down with one shot. I'll tell you that right now. A guy like fucking William Cepeda is not. So pretty much any guy at the top like that,
So my next subject is this weekend. I know you don't like talking about yourself, but this weekend you guys went to go spar.
Yeah.
And you took Jose Chole to spar with Ryan Garcia. Mm-hmm. And it was sparring is sparring. We're just there to help each other out. And we know, big shout out to Henry Garcia, who's the homie, Garcia family. But it's funny because every time you go spar somewhere, either be LA or Canelo, people always like, hey, what's up? What's your role? What are you doing? Like they see you as a female coach. But you're very quiet. You kind of conduct yourself like a dude. No disrespect.
Yeah.
What's it like for you? Like, you met, Errol Spence's coach's name, Derek James.
Derek James, yeah.
And you're shooting the shit with him about boxing. What's it like for you? Like, since you barely got into this, like, what, 3 years ago?
Almost 4, yeah.
4? Mm-hmm. But coaching like 100%, like in the corners, like 3 years.
I'd say 3. Yeah.
From the first day you got stuck with your backpack.
It's so embarrassing. I hope that never comes out.
To now, like rubbing elbows with all these big names. What's it like?
Man, it's awesome. It's cool. It's cool, Yeah, I go there. We're on business. When we're there, I'm locked in. I'm just like, if you see me at fights and you try to get my attention, it's very unlikely that I'll probably, I don't know, I'm zoned in. So it's the same thing in the sparring. I'm from rounds, like we sparred 5 rounds, and from 1 to 5, I'm locked into the fucking sparring session. So, but after the sparring, Derek approached me. He's like, "Hey, what's up? How long you been coaching for?" It's rad, and we spoke about psychology, because I think if I'm not mistaken, I think he studied psychology as well.
Oh wow.
And we were just talking about how it's very critical to have a relationship with the fighters and getting to know them, because
and he's been in some big camps.
Huge.
Errol Spence, Ryan Garcia, I think the brothers, the Charmel brothers.
One of
brothers? One of them.
Yeah, I think the one.
Oh yeah,
who
one
fought
of the
Canelo.
Ronnie Shields.
Yeah,
That's right.
I don't know which. I think I can't remember which one is which, but yeah, he has one of the he had the undisputed. Oh, the one who fought Canelo.
Yeah,
the undisputed one.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to gain some insight, from somebody who's been at the top with world champions, and it's cool to hear that there's other coaches out there who care, right? Who care about building a relationship with the fighters and making sure they know how to communicate with them, and because I mean I think that's you've been in the game for a long time. I'm assuming that's kind of fairly new. A lot of the times fighters, especially like at the bigger stage, they just go have a camp with their coach and then that's it. They don't really see them day in and day out.
Yeah.
So it's I think it was cool. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like you said, I don't really like talking about myself, but
I know she gets all uncomfortable.
I get all weird. But it's really cool. It's cool. It's cool to get recognized by peers. I don't really
even though you got confused when you walked in?
I got confused.
They confused you.
Oh,
Maggie was wearing all her Padre gear.
Oh man, that's.
She had a brown jacket, a brown hat, and Henry Garcia thought I was coming in. Right? He didn't know I was sending my ace. And when he sees her, he goes, "Oh, you're UPS."
Oh, I thought you were UPS. I was like, "Dang,
that's cold." I got a package of sparring.
I got you a package right here.
And last but not least, I don't know if we touched a lot about it. I brought it up, but what do you think about Dana White coming to boxing?
I hadn't thought about it until you said something. Until you mentioned, he's like, if boxing is dying, then why the fuck is Dana White coming over here? Yeah. I think that it could be good. However, if they're trying to structure it like the UFC, it sounds like it's gonna be its own entity. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna be like there's just no way. I think there's so much history, and those belts, they hold weight at this point. I just wish that they would have the fighters fight the top. They just fucking fight each other more, man. It's just I don't know.
The sanctioning body should make them defend against.
Yes,
they should try to make undisputed champions.
However, I think that because they're gaining a lot of traction, I think it's going to force the sanctioning bodies to have to do that.
To work with each other. Yeah. The reason I brought it up again is because in one of our stories on one of the reels that you shared, somebody posted something about Dana White coming over, and I thought, well, if it's dying, why is he coming over here for, Yeah. He's there to revive it. Revive what? Like, we have, our fights are like huge. Yeah. Like, what is he reviving? Mm-hmm. These guys are making 20, 40, 50 million. There's no... One fighter could basically pay the whole UFC's payroll. And like, for example, Usyk, the last 2 fights he had, right? He could probably cover everybody's salary for 2 years in the MMA for what they get paid for, not what they make. I know they make a shitload of money. Yeah. But what they pay these poor fighters.
I saw an interview with Terrence Crawford and 2 former UFC fighters. And Terrence Bud Crawford made a great point. He said, because one of the guys the interviewer was like, oh, well, the guys in the UFC, they're making more than the boxers in the beginning of their career. And he's like, no, they have to make it to the UFC and they get paid 10 G's, right? And then if they win, they get another 10. However, that's the UFC. If you think about MMA as a whole, when you're debuting as in MMA, the sport of MMA, you're probably not making any money, just like there's a lot of boxers who don't make much.
UFC's like pay-per-view.
Yes.
UFC's pay-per-view, and it's like all these other fighters that fight PFL, Bellator, or even these little casinos that hold little shows. Mm-hmm. I've been to some of them. The fighters don't even get paid.
Yes, exactly. Now, if you want to compare the UFC to like Top Rank, yeah, the boxers who are just getting signed to Top Rank and a UFC fighter and an MMA fighter who's just getting signed to the UFC probably can guarantee that the boxer on Top Rank is making way more than that fighter in the UFC.
So I don't know if Dana's gonna, the model he has, the mindset he has, like it's gonna hurt boxing. Yeah. If he was ever to take control, because you follow the money, you follow the power, right? Right. He's following Turkey with all that money. The sanctioning bodies are not gonna get behind. I know WBC is stubborn. Yeah. some Mexican mindset right
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
They ain't
Super
gonna fucking submit to no one. They're political and they'll do what they got to do. But at the end of the day, you're gonna change. Boxing is like embedded in U.S. culture, Latino culture, and
Yes.
you're not gonna like just in European culture. That's where boxing originated at. But it's gonna be so hard to change. How old is boxing? Fuck.
Old as fuck. Boxing is one of the oldest sports known to man ever. Boxing and wrestling, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you're right.
Those are the two like OG sports. So I mean, I don't know. Top Rank had a great card this past weekend. So it's like it can be done. Every single fight. There wasn't a fight where I was like, obviously that guy's gonna get knocked away. It was like fights that were against these young prospects who were giving them a tough fucking challenge, and yes, they pulled it off, but they're guys who can easily upset you. Yeah. So I think hopefully we're moving in the right direction. I don't know when this whole like
supposed to take off.
Dana White shit's supposed to take off. I thought it was gonna be with the Canelo fight in May, but I don't know. I don't know if that's for real.
The Teak Hill title.
That's weird. It sounds
corny.
Kind of lame. But also, a lot of people thought that about DAZN. And now it's like number one. So we'll see.
DAZN better watch out with Pro Box.
Yeah. Yes. Pro Box puts on some great cards. If you guys don't know about Pro Box, man. And again, shout out to Big Shot, who's having his fight this Saturday, April 12th. On Pro Box. Pro Box puts their whole cards, most of them at least, on YouTube, which is awesome. Super easily accessible, and they put it on their app, and I believe now Fubo TV, which is a pretty well-known sports streaming service that puts on fights. So it's fucking cool.
Women's boxing.
Yes.
Is having a show May 17th.
Mm-hmm.
What was he saying, Adam, about tickets?
Adam was saying that last time, if you know the arena, it's right next to a concert venue called Soma, and the line wraps around the building when the people are trying to buy tickets. So he said that their show last year had people wrapped around the building to get tickets to get into to see this show. And if you are interested in getting your tickets ahead of time, so you don't have to stand in that line because it'll probably be a little hot, go ahead and DM Women's Boxing Network, which I'm assuming Adam's gonna put that in the little down here, and hit him up for some tickets.
Yeah,
ASAP before May 17th.
They sell out.
Before they sell out, bro.
Hey man, I'm gonna change the subject real quick. I want to talk about baseball.
Baseball. He thinks he's gonna score.
There's a player here in San Diego named Jackson Merrill. He just signed a contract. I think it's $135 million.
I love that kid, man.
Hold on, let me give you the exact number because
I wear my Padres gear, but I can't because every time I wear it, they lose.
he signed a contract for 9 years for $135 million. And from what I hear, a lot of players are mad because they told him he should sit out and get 300, 400 million.
He's worth more.
Yeah, he's worth more. And he said something along the lines like, I have family here, friends. I love the team.
They look after me.
Yeah, they look after me. Why am I going to want to make an outrageous amount of money? And I started thinking about players. Maybe like, I don't know, a few years back, me and my wife were watching baseball, and I told her that Adrian Gonzalez was a sellout because he left the Padres for the Red Sox.
Yeah.
He left the Red Sox for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
If you're a local kid from San Diego and you love baseball, you despise the Dodgers because they're like big brother. They got the money. They got the teams.
Yep.
And I was telling my wife, well, she says, you got to follow the money. And I'm like, no, sometimes you got to follow integrity. And she's like, when you're put in that situation, you'd probably be different. I was like, well, would I? Maybe, I don't know. But I don't think I could be wearing somebody else's jersey, especially somebody I despise. They're like me wearing a Raider helmet, a Raider jersey. So when Jackson Merrill signed his contract and he said that he wanted to stay here and he loves it here, and I was like, finally a player that's not chasing just the money.
Yeah.
And it's like rare to see a baseball player because he basically But he could renegotiate his contract in 5-7 years, whatever. Baseball's crazy like because you see players sign a contract with the team for 6 years and the next year they're gone. They opt out.
Yeah.
I don't understand baseball contracts. It's like I don't understand the stock market. I don't understand baseball contracts. I should have Adam in here for that, but they opt out. They get all this shit, all this bullshit. I don't know how it works, but to know that he's gonna be here with Tatis and these players, it makes me so happy. And then San Diego, we don't have like the big names like the Dodgers do or other teams do, the Yankees, the Phillies. But I'm happy that guys want to stay here. And hopefully that becomes like a thing. You know, like Machado being here, Tatis being here, Bogart being here, all these players wanting to be here. That's cool. That speaks very highly. And if Jackson Merrill keeps playing the way he does, he hit more home runs than Ohtani did his rookie year. Just saying.
It's loyalty, and I think the players also play a big part in that whole money hungry shit. You know what I'm saying? Because if guys like him, he'll set a trend. You know what I'm saying?
Like Juan Soto, man. Nationals, Padres, Yankees, Mets, 4 years. Mm-hmm. Where's the loyalty to a team?
Yeah, there's no loyalty.
There's loyalty to themselves. And it's cool. At the end of the day, it's called team baseball. You know, it's a team sport.
Yep.
There's no loyalty. It's all about the Benjamins, and I get it. We all want to be rich, but what's too rich?
Well, I'm sure that anybody who has gone to a baseball game as of late will notice that it's very expensive to buy. Not only the tickets, the fucking food, the alcohol, whatever, all that shit. The bottle of water is probably like $10 now. That's all part of it, man.
Yeah, but you see the prices at SeaWorld and fucking in the zoo.
Yeah.
Fucking Disneyland is like $180 million for a fucking ticket.
I'm
it's
cool.
Like, Osprey Farm. So I'd rather go to it. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, we live in everything's expensive, but a baseball player, I think he's going to be making somewhere like, if you divide that, it's like a little bit over $12 million a year.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all. You know?
Plus endorsements. This kid now, you know how much people are going to want to endorse him now?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, man. Hey, honestly, the more money you fucking make, too, it's like you're always gonna be chasing that. Well, what I can get more doing this, I can get more doing.
If he gets $500 million, he's paying $200 million in taxes.
You're a little whore, man. Somebody will fucking like flash a little something to you. They already know. Oh, I got him, man. I got him. Well, what did Gabe Rosado tell? He's a hoe for the bag, man.
Yeah,
you're a hoe for the bag.
We want to end the podcast on baseball because I know Adam misses talking about baseball with us.
Show does.
Any questions, comments, hit us up. Anything, guys. Next week we're gonna have Chris Lieben on here. We'll be talking about his last fights when we trained with him and his bare knuckle fight and what it was like for him to be a pioneer in the UFC.
Yes. And
we'll talk with him. I can't wait to have Chris Lieben on here. On that note,
check out Big Shot's fight on Saturday, April 12th. Also, a big fight. It is a unification, if I'm not mistaken, between Boots Ennis and Staniosis. I think that's going to be a really good fight.
You got excited about that one.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I think we're in for a good show with that fight. But that's about it.
And congrats to Zoo on
Tim
his win.
Zoo. Oh, yeah.
Poor Joey Spencer. This kid, man, he has balls though. Balls of a mule, dog. But
yeah, sometimes
somebody got time to slow his roll.
Yeah,
he's a great kid. Hopefully, he can regroup.
He did last time, so hopefully he can do it again.
Yeah, but he can't be Ramos and then fucking Sue. Come on,
tough.
Dog. But I commend him. Huevos. Peace.
This has been a Point in Yo production. Yeah, I think the words, but sometimes they don't come out of my mouth no good.